Morning, Dan and Amy, and that music means it's time to talk to our friend Stephen Moore from Underwood Academy, and then he went to Longwood University.
And then he went to, Morningwood Academy.
Then he went to University of Illinois, although I'm not sure he wants to claim University of Illinois as his alma mater after the performance of Elaine Quijano last night. Totally lost control, too busy reading from cue cards and trying to get to all her buckets of issues rather than actually listening to what people were saying.
She was nervous first time.
And last time.
Probably.
Steve Moore, thanks so much for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Hi, guys. I'm in a much better mood this morning than I was yesterday.
I bet.
By the way, I'm going to take a slight bit of credit. I worked with Mike Pence on the debate preparation, and it was an amazing performance. A star was born last night in the Republican Party and Mike Pence.
He did a heck of a job, but VP debates don't really ever change the outcome of the presidential election. But for me, because I know how you're trying to get me to become a Trump supporter, he actually brought some credibility and trustworthiness to the ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike Pence is just a great person. I've known him for 20, 25 years. In fact, when I started the Club for Growth, as Dan may recall, one of the very first candidates that we supported was a guy by the name of Mike Pence. And it's interesting, I look back at those 20 years, and one of the few candidates and politicians who never disappointed us was Mike Pence. And, and I want to mention one other thing. The left, Tim Kaine and Hillary are obsessing over this New York Times story about the taxes. And, Tim Kaine kept bringing it up last night. He didn't pay any taxes for 20 years. Where's the evidence of that?
Well, you're the inside guy. Do you know? Did he pay taxes?
He didn't pay any taxes. And all he had to say was, the New York Times thinks that you might not have paid taxes for 20 years. Dan, I don't think you paid your taxes for 20 years.
Right. Well, I have my tax returns to prove it, and I'm willing to release them. That's the difference.
There's no law that says that Donald Trump has to issue and release his tax returns. If people don't want to vote for him because he doesn't do it, that's fine.
Right.
But to make these allegations with no support that he didn't pay taxes is ridiculous.
Well,
it would strengthen his argument.
It's total conjecture. You're absolutely right. New York Times is recklessly responsible because they're advocates for Hillary Clinton. They're not journalists. But just to the point, Hillary Clinton actually said this yesterday, and it shouldn't go without comment. Hillary Clinton said on the stump there should be a law requiring candidates to release their tax returns in order to run for president. What's your reaction to that?
Okay, that's the law. I wouldn't be in favor of that. I think, if I ran for president, I wouldn't want to release my tax returns.
Why? Well, what are you hiding? Come on. Trump's argument would be a lot stronger if he released his taxes.
It's a privacy issue. And by the way, those tax returns are confidential. There's no law that requires them to do it. And shame on the New York Times for taking an illegally leaked document, which is a felony, and publishing that on the pages of the New York Times. Anyway, it's a distraction anyway, because the point is that this is a debate not about Donald Trump's taxes. It's a debate about Americans' taxes.
That's right.
And we're going to cut the taxes for Americans and every small business in America, and she's going to raise them. And that was one of his strongest points, I thought, Mike Pence. He said, look, how in the world do you get the economy that's been growing at 1.5%? How are you going to get it to grow faster? By raising taxes. I don't know any economic philosophy in the history of man that says raising taxes when we're practically in a recession is going to improve the economy.
One of the arguments that Tim Kaine resuscitates, it's been an argument made by the left from time immemorial, or at least it seems it's been that long, that it was the Bush tax cut of 01 and 03 that caused the Great Recession. Respond.
Wow, that is a claim. Isn't it an amazing claim? Wait, cutting taxes caused the meltdown on the housing market? No, actually, I helped devise the 03 tax cut. That's when we cut tax rates. We cut the capital gains rate. And we had actually a big positive response in 2003, 4, 5, 6, or 7. The problem was we had a housing bubble that was built up by governmental policies, by people like Hillary Clinton, by people like Chris Dodd, by people like Barney Frank, that wanted to roll the dice on the housing market and continue to funnel federal funds into the housing market. They built up a bubble. By the way, Hillary Clinton, I want Trump to really go after him. She has her hands so dirty on the housing crisis. We tried to pass a bill to rein in Fannie Mae in 2005 and 2006. And guess what senator in the United States Senate blocked that bill?
Senator Clinton.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding.
The same senator who wait. The same.
Guess what senator takes tens of thousands of dollars of contributions from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac? And guess what? What senator set up a family foundation? It took tens of thousands of dollars of donations from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
I'm going to go with
Chuck
Hillary.
Schumer.
Yeah, you guys are smart this morning. But anyway, no.
Well, Trump needs to bring that up at the debate.
Financial crisis is nuts.
And also, it seems like this issue has been papered over. But to your point, particularly if Trump takes that tack on Sunday night, per your recommendation, then given her relationship with the Wall Street banks and with Fannie and Freddie in advance of the housing bubble bursting, Hillary, isn't it time that you release the transcripts for those $250,000 to $500,000 speeches you gave to the Wall Street banks, where you claimed you told them to stop their mortgage shenanigans? Why won't you present that in black and white so everybody could see how ahead of the learning curve you were, what a watchdog you were? Why don't you prove up?
Great point. By the way, I was on the Bill Maher show this weekend, and Bill Maher asked me, why is it all the banks and why all the CEOs of all the major companies, why are they all, getting behind Hillary Clinton? I said, because every lobbyist, every special interest group, every political entity, and every CEO of every major company wants Hillary because they're going to buy her off, right? She's the ultimate insider politician. It's like, Donald Trump is a disruptor. Everyone in Washington is terrified of Donald Trump. Hillary is business as usual. Of course, every lobbyist is giving money. She's going to raise $1 billion, and meanwhile, she's running across the country saying how terrible it is we have so much money in politics.
And when this issue of his tax returns comes up yet again on Sunday night, and it will, can he please be armed with when she says, you lost $900 million in a year, what kind of genius is that? Well, the Harvard Endowment lost $2 billion last year. Are they all idiots that run the Harvard Endowment Fund too? Or Jeffrey Immelt, when he was the chairman of Obama's Council of Economic Advisors and GE paid no corporate taxes because of net operating losses to obviate their tax liabilities.
Right.
Is he a bad guy? Is he not a smart businessman either?
Yeah.
I mean, just destroy these specious arguments advanced by Hillary and Kaine.
Well, here's the point is these are people who don't know anything about business. The New York Times obviously doesn't know anything about business. They don't need lost carryovers. They lose money every year. And Hillary Clinton, by the way, took a lost carryover. And by the way, how do you lose money when you're giving $200,000 speeches and that's your business? But she took a lost carryover. But the point is these people don't know anything about business. And, you're there in the heart of Illinois. Illinois, you have farmers, you have ranchers, you have small businessmen and women. Every single person who's been involved in business knows about this. That if a farmer has a bad year and you have a bad crop because you had drought or something, guess what? You lose money. You're able to offset those losses against your profits in the next year. If you couldn't do that, we wouldn't have any businesses in America.
All right, Stephen Moore, you said that you helped Governor Pence with debate prep. Are you helping by any chance Donald Trump? Because we have 4 days until the next debate.
I'm hoping to go to New York this weekend and with my buddy Larry Kudlow and prepare him a little bit because he's got to be better prepared. He wasn't, in my opinion, fully prepared. He tried to wing it. And she's a great debater. Look, folks, she's a talker. She's a professional talker.
Oh, gosh.
So we'll see.
I appreciate you setting expectations.
I will be there in St. Louis. You guys going to be there in St.
Louis? We are
Yes.
going to be there in St. Louis, so we'll see you. And if we see you with a Donald Trump wig on, we know what's happening, and we're going to out you as the person who debated Hillary Clinton, so don't try it.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
Steve Moore, Trump campaign economic advisor. Steve, thanks for being with us.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.